Hey guys, welcome to the Suck episode. I think we're on 42 now, and we got something a little bit different for you. We're trying something new here. Um, we're be doing kind of like a interview style thing where one of my good personal friends has a pretty wild fucking story that I think belongs here on the Suck, and I think you guys will really really be interested in it. Since you like things that suck, you'll love this story.
If you thought your
I
life
got
sucked, yeah.
yeah. Um, so it's just Ash and I, and then my friend. We're gonna be calling him John, as the pseudonym. But yeah, welcome. And so I guess I'll do like a little preface. So the gist of the story here, the gist of the scenario is uh, John found out that the guy that he thought was his biological dad is not. Okay, many such cases, sure. But the guy who actually is his father is his mother's fertility doctor, who his mom did not know was the father of John. So that is the scenario right now. It's he's going to kind of give us the layers and just give us the various nightmare hellscape he's been living through now, and there it is.
Yeah, that is what it is. It's a weird hellscape.
Okay, so the way you relayed it to me was it's like you did a 23andMe, right? That's how.
Yeah.
And then you suggested to me to watch what's it called? Our Father,
Yes.
right, on Netflix.
Right? Yeah.
Yes. Which I watched with Ashley, and it was mind blowing. And what was interesting was I had actually seen a similar documentary called Baby God.
Yes.
Which was equally fucked up.
Totally.
And it just blew my mind because when I saw Baby God, I was like, holy shit! Now that is an anomaly. That's a crazy thing that happened. Like this one guy did.
Oh yeah.
And no, he was by no means the only guy fucking doing this.
Totally.
This is apparently just a relatively common thing.
Oh yeah, it's like a rad thing. Apparently now it's like a new cool thing, I guess.
A new cool thing that absolutely.
In fact, it's
morally bankrupt people.
Totally. I guess it was an old school cool thing at that time, I should say. But yeah, now it's just coming into a weird fruition.
It's just becoming it's crazy because like they would have just gotten away with it
totally
like forever, and like it's really the advent of this genetic testing that had nothing to do with any of this. That was like, hey, you might reunite with some long lost siblings, but why do I have like 45 half siblings?
Totally.
That's pretty weird.
And
is that what happened to you? Like you opened it up and then you just had all these half step siblings or half siblings?
No, I mean, and to be honest, it's like there's so many layers to the onion. The onion being like you find out your donor conceived, and that in itself is like, holy shit, I'm 37 years old and whatever. And that's like, in retrospect, that seems easy to conceive of now. But like, so the whole part of me doing that was more like, oh man, I wonder if I do have half siblings. Like, how dope would that be if, they're down the street or whatever. I grew up in the same town, or I don't know.
Yeah.
And hopefully I didn't date any of them and all that shit, or whatever. But like, so that was the piece I was interested in. I didn't give a shit about the father piece at all. To answer your question, I actually don't have, I think I have 7 that I've found.
Okay.
And 6 of those are recognized as my biological father's like kids through marriages, because he's been married and divorced 7 times apparently. So,
God, okay. Yeah. It sounds like a winner, this guy.
Totally. I mean, like, yeah, that's insane. I mean, maybe 2-3 times, but at that point, like, who's like, hell yeah, I'll go on a date with this dude, you know?
He seems like a winner. Yeah. He seems like a cool guy.
Totally. But no, yeah. So, but the other part of it is that I guess he disclosed, I have one half sibling that is deceased, she passed away, like she was like 42. But I went into like these crazy, like, secretive Facebook groups and stuff that are like limited access for people in this situation. And I found like all of her historical posts. And I guess he had disclosed to her that, to his knowledge, there's like between 40 and 60.
Unfucking real, man.
Yeah. So I don't know that for a fact, because I just, I haven't found it. But, it all depends on who like decides to spit in a tube. And
so like, so you said you went into Facebook groups that were like specifically designed, like created for this purpose of like people that didn't know that their father was the fertility doctor, and it was like the fertility doctor was like doing this in mass.
Totally. Yeah. So like, and I guess, yeah, it was, just these different like fertility fraud groups and stuff. Okay. And, I mean, it literally went from like knowing nothing about it to sort of, and first again, like the first part of the onion was like, okay, I'm donor conceived. So I kind of researched that, and it was like,
right. Yeah. Because you didn't know, sorry, just for the listeners, you didn't know that you were donor. You thought you had a biological dad who you knew growing up.
Correct.
Right. Okay.
And, yeah, I mean, and that was always, dads are always weird, and they typically are. But I never really had that great of a relationship with them anyway. The person who I thought was my biological father. So, it was kind of a big relief in some ways to know that find out that I was donor conceived, because I was like, hey man, I mean, I don't know, at least I'm not destined for that. Like fucking fate.
Yeah, that genetic.
I got you. Yeah. You're looking at him being like, oh shit.
But on the flip side, then I find out who I'm actually related to.
and that guy doesn't seem so bad anymore.
Yeah.
Totally. That's fucked up, man.
It's 100% the truth. But yeah, so in the infancy stages of it was like a lot of that like weird, because I didn't really want to tell anybody. I was like, how do you have a conversation with anyone about this? Like it changes everything and nothing at the same time. And so I was just trying to find anyone like, hey, what is this like? Yeah.
Anybody who's had that experience, right? Like you.
Totally.
It's such a unique, I mean, it's so hard to even like put myself in that. It's such a hard thing to put yourself into that situation, because there's so many layers to it, like you're saying, of just like, who your dad was, like your mom, like then dealing with your mom's, dealing with this new information now, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And it was like, and then like I have a sister who all of a sudden, like I called her, 2 days after, because my mom told my sister and I at different times. She was hoping to do it at the same time, but it didn't work out with her schedule or whatever. But I called my sister. I'm like, yo, what's up, half sister? And she was, so the other part is that my sister's 2 years older, and my mom had these fertility treatments twice. So we haven't found my sister's biological father, but he was also a fertility doctor. So it's quite possible, and it's not proven through DNA yet, but it's quite possible that my sister's father
also committed fraud.
Yeah, it's quite possible. Yeah, so it's like,
what are the odds?
And again, like the whole reason. So like I found this information out. I first of all, my mom tells me I'm donor conceived. I'm like, all right, that's fucking crazy. Kind of blown back in your chair and sitting there trying to figure it out. And then,
sorry, just quick question.
Yeah,
you got the results from your 23andMe, and they looked off, and then you asked your mom, and then she told you were donor conceived. Is that what happened?
No.
Okay. Sorry. Can you?
Yeah, no, all good. My mom was like, hey, I have this really important thing to tell you in person that I can't tell like otherwise. I was like, okay, you're dying, whatever. It's like, what the fuck can you not tell me? So anyway, waited forever. She sits me down and she's like, I have this thing I have to tell you. Your donor conceived. And I was like, and I mean, it was a lot more of the conversation. Like, my parents had a child before my sister and I were born. He had muscular dystrophy, which is like a terrible, so he passed away when he was like 3 months old. They could not conceive again because they were both carriers of that gene. So growing up, I was like, you don't think anything of that and whatever. I'm just like, yeah, they just had more kids and it worked out. But my mother's first, or the person I thought was my father, actually had a vasectomy before my sister and I were born. So there's no way we were his kids. So my mom was like, she really wanted to have kids, obviously. And she started going through these fertility treatments with, I was also born on an army base in Texas. So that's the other like fucked up layer of it. But basically so they wanted to have kids. They did it with my sister, did it with me. But this guy, so as soon as my mom told me she was donor conceived, she was like, hey, I actually have my original medical records. And I was like, no fucking way. That's crazy. Okay. So I was like curious to look through them, get some more information. And because I was like, do you by chance remember your fertility doctor? And she's like, yeah, he's in the records. So his name was down. And I remembered his name and had all that information. So I go on to 23andMe. I do all that shit like a month later. And I'm like, I get linked. The first person I get linked to is actually an 82-year-old woman in Arizona as my first cousin. And I was like, that's fucking weird.
That's pretty weird. Yeah. First cousin. So, damn. Okay.
Yep. So I was like, she had the highest DNA match towards me. It was like, that's really interesting. Like, what do I have in relation to this lady? So I sent her a message and I was like expecting nothing. And she actually gave me her phone number. So I just called her. I was like, what do I have to lose? And she's the fucking coolest woman in the world. I mean, she's just like, she's totally badass. She's like, her family has lived in like Texas and Arizona. They're all these fucking cowboys, like ranchers and shit. They built their first house in like the side of a mountain out there. It's just fucking crazy. Like, and she's like, I started doing this because I was interested in like, my family history and whatever. She's like, I've actually been keeping a book on my whole family history since I was like, a little girl. So she's like, everything I'm telling you is accurate. I know exactly who lived when and whatever. It's like, that's dope as shit. So, within like 48 hours, I was on the phone with her just nonstop because I got so obsessed about like, again, not trying to find out who my father was, but more about like anyone I was related to. Is like, this is so intriguing,
Yeah.
And so we eventually go through like her entire fucking family tree.
So were you upset at any of this? Right now, you're just like, you're liking what's going on, right? This is like fun to you, kind of.
Yeah, it was just like, I don't know, man. It's like emerging as like a fucking bug and being like, what is this, world around me? I've been in this hole for, 30 something years. And so yeah, I wasn't upset, but the entire time, cause I had seen Baby God like before this.
Okay. But you weren't making any connections yet at all, right?
No, nothing yet. Okay. Cause I was like, just please don't let that be my fucking situation. You know what I mean?
But you did think about that. Like, it could be that. That'd be weird.
100%. Okay. Yeah. But kind of tossed it off. And I was just like, that'd be fucking weird and terrible. Yeah. Like, and a couple of the people in the groups that I met, like on Facebook, they said, they're like, at least you're not in my situation. Here's what happened to me. And I was like, man, that's so fucked up. Like, so, anyway, yeah, long story short, like we end up narrowing down these groups of people in her family tree. And she says this name that I was like, why do I know that name? And it kept like ringing with me. And I had this like folder of like all this shit and this information as I was unfolding it. And the name that she gave was the name of the doctor in my mom's medical records. So I was like, there's no fucking way this woman knows who my mother's doctor was.
Yeah.
And, I was like, okay, it can't be, maybe it's similar, whatever. Like, so I'd go back and check the records. Of course, it's his name. And,
dude, and that was setting alarms off in your head. Like, this is because that doesn't just happen, right?
Totally,
that's like
totally doesn't happen. Yeah. So I'm like,
did you think like, oh, maybe my mom knows that I mean, it seems weird, but like maybe she knows, or did you immediately be like, this guy did some fucked up shit?
So yeah, I kind of was like, this guy did some fucked up shit. I mean, that was my first.
After seeing Baby God, like, that's
yeah. So then like I get that information, and I'm kind of like, man, this is like it's just this can't be real. None of this can be real. Blah blah blah. And of course, when you do these submissions for these things, you have to wait like, I don't know, 6 weeks sometimes. So I did 23andMe first, and I got that match with this woman in Arizona. And then I was like, but I couldn't find any other relatives through that platform. So I did Ancestry as well. And then I waited. That one took way longer. And sure enough, I was matched. So the other fucked up part is that he's on Ancestry. So
what the fuck?
Yeah. So he like
fuck, man.
Openly, his DNA is there, just fucking sitting there with like his.
He just wants to see his handiwork, I guess.
100%. 100%. This guy is like the epitome of like a fucking sociopath, just psycho. I mean,
narcissist
guy. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Narcissism, yeah.
100%. I mean, it's just insane. So I got that information, was matched, and I was just like, holy fucking shit, and I knew my mom didn't know. So that was like the shittiest part of the stick was like,
I gotta know, what was that conversation like? How did you even approach that?
Oh my God, man. It was crazy. It was just a very difficult thing to lay on somebody. And I mean, her intention to tell my sister and I was like, she waited so long because the person who I thought was my actual biological father is a fucking asshole, and basically had threatened her whole life. Like, hey, these kids are mine. Don't ever tell them otherwise, yada, yada. Again, like a narcissist.
Oh, really?
Sociopath.
Okay. Yeah.
And he was like, I'll completely cut them off. I'll have no relationship with them, blah, blah, blah. So my mom's like, I don't want that for them. Yeah, so she kind of like, she did it for my sister and I protection, which I understand and appreciate. But so it was like a huge thing for her to tell my sister and I, which I appreciate, because I would never want her to like, I'd totally want to fucking know before, And so then for me to find out the information I found out and then be like, oh yeah, Mom, like, well, here's what I got for you, So that's basically how the conversation
It's so
went.
fucked, dude.
It's so fucked.
Fuck, man.
So it was like, it was a totally shocking experience. And I mean, my sister's situation is totally different, because we don't have any proof, but she's found 4 siblings that she knows of.
Okay.
Probably more. And the age difference between them is like, my sister's 39. She's got I think a 21-year-old sister. Okay. So the guy donated, how many years apart? Like, so.
Yeah. And he was also a fertility doctor, you said.
Well, we don't know if her father was the fertility doctor. You know what I mean? It's right. Like, but my sister is the product of fertility treatments. So yeah. And it's just, it's so fucking bananas. So this entire time, as soon as I got that information, I blacked out, like, because if you get a match with anybody linked on those platforms, they get a notification. So he lives in Montana. So as soon as I got that information, I checked it at like 3:00 in the morning, fucking shut it off, and it's been off ever since. So he has no idea that I know. and neither do any of my siblings, my half siblings.
Okay.
So in the midst of this process, it's been like, yeah, we've been going through like fucking lawyers. Just like everything you saw in Our Father is literally what has been happening for the past since December.
I was very surprised for those listening that haven't seen the documentary. It's kind of like I couldn't believe, because it seems so immediately morally bankrupt. You think it has to be illegal, that they're just certainly something has to be illegal enough that you could go to jail for this. I mean, it seems like it's like some kind of sexual assault or even rape or something like that. Like, you know, at least fraud. But in the documentary, it was apparently very, very difficult to bring charges up on.
You have to get them on a technicality, which is ridiculous. But I was looking into it, and there is some legislation. As of February 2022, 7 U.S. states have passed laws,
correct,
to make it illegal. Yeah,
correct. So so what's interesting is, as soon as I got the doctor piece of information, finding out that my bio dad is the fertility doctor, so Jacoba, who's the person in that Our Father documentary, she's like the main character. She's in my phone. I mean, like a bunch of those people are. I started talking to them directly before the documentary came out, and there's a woman named Eve Wiley who was the first to pass any kind of legislation in the United States, and in Texas of all fucking places. Like, it's crazy. So, and Texas actually made it a criminal offense, like, moving forward. But I was born in Texas, so nothing, it's all retroactive. Like, nothing applies because it was so long ago. But it was fucking crazy because I remember talking to Jacoba, this was months ago, and she's like, yeah, I'm working on, Netflix is doing this documentary about this. I was like, oh, that's weird, whatever. But then watching it, I was just like, holy shit. Like, I've talked to a bunch of these people on the phone. So, it's totally fucked up. Like, there are 7 states only out of 50, including New York, or not including New York, I should say, that have fertility fraud laws. There are fucking 43 other states that have, from the second a sample, like, you go, even if you're like, say you're a couple that like can't have kids, right? Mm-hmm. You go in, do your thing, like, the male provides a sample to be spun down or concentrated or whatever. The second that sample leaves your body, you have no fucking idea what they did with it. Where it's been, like,
I don't even know what I'm doing with it when I leave my body.
Absolutely. Like, it's like, moves to different spaces, and you're like,
it's getting all up in my eyes and mouth and hair, and I can't.
It's crazy, man. It's so crazy. It's just like I had a friend who him and his wife couldn't have kids, and she had like 6 eggs frozen or something. And then she actually got pregnant, like, naturally, unexpectedly. And they were like, hey, do you want to dispose of these yourself, or do you want us to throw them out for you or whatever? Because, like, it cost like $20,000 or something to
It's insane.
So they were like, oh, it's weird. You should probably dispose of that for us. Like, there's no proof or anything that they did that. I mean, it's like there could literally be just 6 children that are sitting there from whoever that are basically injected or used for somebody else, and no one will know until they take a fucking DNA test 30 years from now.
That's not okay. We should probably do something about that. Like, the whole time I was watching the documentary, I told Matt, I was like, there's no way this isn't rape. Like, this is assault, like 100%. And the fact that they had to get him on like a male technicality or like whatever it was is just so ridiculous to me.
Yeah, like, he forged, I forget what it was, but I mean, it's just so fucking crazy. I mean, it's just sad again, and like, this fucked up country that's just like one more thing. It's just like, holy shit. But there's gonna be like scores of generations, I think, in the coming years that are gonna find all this shit out and just be like, what the fuck?
Yep. So, I mean, I just can't believe that, like, I genuinely thought that Baby God was like a one-off freak thing where it's like, wow, what a freak. Like it's like, I don't know, a crazy serial killer or something like that, where it's like, that doesn't happen that much
Totally.
though. And it's just like, this was just a thing that these fucking nasty fucks did. And
oh my God, dude.
Because they never thought they would get caught. And
right. I mean, the only thing that's worse is these same fucking guys who end up becoming their daughter's gynecologists. Like, that is like okay. You can separate the psychosis in your brain enough to like, use your sample on somebody unwillingly that they don't know, and then deliver their kid, and then say like, see you later, knowing it's your kid. But then you have like, okay, that's fucked up enough, and it's like, oh yeah, let me
check that out.
In a couple of years, I'll know full well it's you. Like, what the fuck?
That's so awful.
All right, put your legs on the stirrups and
yeah. Oh my God, dude.
Like, I just can't wrap my head around just being in that kind of situation as a medical professional and being like, oh, I know, I'm just going to like be Johnny Appleseed here and like put my sperm into every possible woman that I can.
Totally.
That's really odd.
And I mean, like in Our Father, that's a significant. I mean, it was what, fucking 90.
It was like a weird like cult that he was in as well.
Oh my God, yeah, totally crazy.
But that's how he was justifying it to himself and other people, was that he had this religious bent to it, and it
plentiful or what?
Yeah, it was horseshit,
Yeah,
that's so crazy.
All self-serving.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. I mean, and again, from what I've found out about this, my biological father is like, he's a total fucking asshole, obviously.
Yeah, I was going to ask, what do you know about him specifically?
Very little. I mean, I know he's been married 7 times.
Okay.
Or I should say divorced. He was still practicing, as of, I want to say maybe a year ago. So
as a fertility doctor,
correct, for 40 something years. So that's why, to me, I have no doubt that like when people say like, oh, it's so weird that you've only found like 7 half siblings. I have no fucking doubt this dude has done it more than once. Like that doesn't just happen once. Like, you know what I mean?
I can't imagine it happening one time. It's either you do it all the time or you don't do it.
Correct. Correct.
It's not something that,
Have you talked to your half siblings at all? Sorry.
I have not. The only one, again, that I know for a fact was from a fertility treatment, is dead. So, I was the other ones are half siblings literally from him procreating with ex-wives. So I kind of avoided that because I don't know what side they're on. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, whatever, for legal reasons. But
if they're protecting him or
totally, he's 76. I know that, and I guess he had. It's also fucked up because like he apparently stopped talking to his whole family like when he was like in his early 20s, and he's just kind of been out on his own. So he's like a fucking weirdo. There's a lot of weird shit about this dude. But I don't know. I'd like to find out more and kind of use it against him. But
you and me take a trip out to Montana.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm down for that. But it's fucking weird, man. But the other part of it is like we were also born on an army base, both my sister and I, and of course that complicates it even more because it's like the U.S. government's involved, and like they weren't really big into. They were totally against this idea of fertility treatment to begin with. So I don't even know if it was a legitimate practice on the base at the time. It's
I see.
It's fucked up. But it's also just, so we've literally gone through a couple of different lawyers and stuff, and everyone was like, no, I'm not touching that case. Like, sorry, it's just too much involved. But
yeah, I can't. I mean, that's going to take like a special, because that's not like a open and shut case. It's like a unique thing that's like only coming to light now. There isn't a lot of precedent for it.
Totally.
Nationally. Yep. So like that's got to be a lawyer who's like, all right, I'm going to take this all the way. Like, let's,
Yeah. And ultimately, like, the only fucking thing I want is, it sucks that, of course, he's not practicing anymore. I mean, it's good, obviously, so he can't continue doing whatever the fuck he's going to do. But at the same time, I just, I think he's licensed in like 10 different states. I just want that taken away. And the biggest thing I think I want to do is just like, I want to contact all of his like siblings that are literally from his procreations and contact them and be like, hey, like, here's what your fucking father did back in 1985 or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And surely before and after that.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah,
now, are you very like interested in meeting your half siblings? Is that like a big thing for you, or not really?
Not really.
I don't really care.
I'm pretty much once I found out all that shit, I was like, no, man, I'm good.
Get on it. I don't blame you.
Good on that. You know, it's my sister has talked to hers, and they seem pretty receptive, so it's pretty cool. And none of them know anything about their biological father, which is interesting. So, yeah, it's different fucking world, man. Totally different world.
So I got a question. So when I was watching when I watched both those documentaries, I remember there was like a thread where some of the people that found this out about themselves, right, that they were like the product of this happening, many of them said, like, I felt like something was off when I was growing up. Something felt off. I didn't feel right. It didn't feel correct. And some of them were just like, I had no idea. I literally had no idea. I thought my dad was my dad. I thought my mom was my mom, and I never thought anything about it.
Yeah.
What was your experience with that? Like, how did you feel growing up? Like,
yeah, I think.
Did you question it ever?
No, I guess. I mean, it's a weirder situation for me too, because my parents have been split up since I was like fucking 2 months old, so I never really even had my father around that much. And any time he was, it was just like it was a weird. He's just a weird dude, but he's so. But the other fucked up part is that he was also a doctor.
Okay.
So he was also a total fucking narcissist, and
you should have been a doctor, man.
No, man. I'm just repeating.
Got a lot of doctors as father figures here.
Fuck that. Yeah, I mean, I generally hate doctors, to be honest, and I think what's fucked up is like it's literally created this. I didn't get along with the person who I thought was my dad because he's a doctor. And you talk to him, it's like you are his fucking patient. It's just like, sit down.
I can imagine that.
Analytical as fuck. There's no emotion. It's just like, all right. But no, I think growing up, it was just like, I was always just like, Mumsy was the world to me. So she was always the one to. I was cool with that. But my sister has blonde hair and blue eyes, which is really strange. And every one of us has brown hair and brown eyes, and I look very much like my mother, I think. So. No, the part that I find fucked up about the documentary is like a lot of those siblings like are sort of siding with the doctor, like that's what I find kind of fucking weird.
Which ones? The ones that the doctor raised, like that they consider their real kids,
or like, yeah, I don't even know. I mean, even in like Our Father, there's like a whole group of those. I mean, there's so many of them, but like there's such a big group of them that are like almost support the doctor, like giving, Jacoba and all these people rashes of shit for like coming out and exposing him. It's just like, it's like Stockholm syndrome shit, Like,
yeah. And a lot of them seem not nearly as mad as I feel like they should be.
Correct. Yeah. And I mean, again, it's like you get this information that changes everything and nothing at the same time. And it's the shittiest comment, of course, is like, well, we got you, like we got you out of this. Like, yeah, that's fucking great. You could have gotten anybody, but like, and that's all you wanted was anybody. You know what I mean? So
it's kind of dark.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. It's weird, but No, I don't know.
No, that's true though. I mean, it feels like a platitude, even though I'm sure that is what it felt like for your parents.
Yeah. I still just think it's fucked. I mean, I'll never go to a fertility clinic ever. Like, there's just no fucking way. There's no way. Or unless if I do, like, I'm gonna follow them from room to room and be like,
I mean, I'm going anywhere I'm getting paid to jerk off, so I'm not. This is changing nothing for me.
But I mean, it's even for women who donate eggs and stuff. Like, there's still not enough information out there about that either.
I don't know what you're doing with my shit. Yeah, no, I'm not.
And that process is like so fucking invasive too, and like,
oh yeah, that is expensive. Really, yeah. That's like a whole thing. You can't. Oh my god, that's not jerking off in a cup. That's a whole medical procedure you got to go get done.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It doesn't always work, so you have to go multiple times. And
I guess they just scrape you. It's not a good. You also have to like pass a test or something. Like, you can have never smoked, and like you have to like meet certain criteria as well.
Oh yeah.
Probably much more so for females than males. Like, I'm sure it's just like, oh, you got jizz, give it here, brother. You know.
All right, hang up.
Yeah.
So one other thing that I was curious about is I know that there was a lot of that the baby god guy, I don't think had this issue, but the guy in Our Father, he had a kind of like a litany of health issues that he passed on to his kids unbeknownst to them. And I thought that was especially fucked up because I know for a fact that they check for an incredible amount of things. Like, you cannot donate if you have like any kind of like possible issue or anything like that. Yeah. And he was just like knew that he had all these problems.
Totally.
Are you worried about that? Or, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter that much, but like,
yeah. So, I mean, it doesn't, I guess for me, like, it was, I was curious about that. Cause like 50% of what you thought about your health is just like down the toilet.
Yeah, exactly. You know? Yeah. So you're always thinking like, do I, does my dad have these health issues? Like, should that be something I'm worried about? And you don't, that's like a new thing for you now.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, I mean, again, it was a trade-off. Cause I was like, you know, that my person I thought was my father has a bunch of health issues that I'm now currently not destined to, take on. And, but then the other part was like, fuck, what's the other, 50%? But there is a panel on 23andMe where you can get kind of an extensive health.
I got that done. Yeah.
Yeah. Same. Just cause I was curious. I was like, especially because of the fact, like, the first half sibling I found that was a product of a fertility treatment was dead at 42. And I was just like, well, that's fucking interesting, So luckily, it was. And I mean, I don't know. And who the fuck knows how accurate those health panels are, but like, I think it was pretty good, and I guess the fact that he is 76 and still alive, that's a pretty good thing. But no, I mean, it was a pretty overall decent health picture, but who knows, man,
Okay. Yeah. I guess I was just curious about that just because that was like the first thing I thought of. Cause like, I know if I found that out about myself, it would be through 23andMe because I would have never pictured my parents doing that. I would never assumed it.
Sure.
And then the next tab over is like your health shit. And I'd be like, oh shit. Yeah. What kind of health does that guy have that like, is my real dad? Like, I want to know, does he have like does he have Parkinson's? Like, he got like early onset Parkinson's? Like, is this something that I need to like get checked up? Like, does he have colon cancer? Like, do I need to...
Yeah. And that whole thought process, like, didn't even come for like, I don't know, probably weeks after, because I was just so trying to process everything else.
Yeah. All the other bullshit.
But it was like a light bulb went off, like, holy shit, wait, that means like, only 50% of what I know about myself is fact. The other, who the fuck knows, so. Yeah, but the other part of it is like, my wife and I are about to have a kid, and we're like, it's super.
This is very exciting news because I've been waiting for my friend here to have a kid for a long time. And,
we're old as shit.
I'm going to be a dad. He's going to be a fantastic dad. He's not going to be like his biological dad. That we can.
Yeah, congratulations, dude. I'm glad that you gave him a cowboy name as well.
Yes. It's very good.
And you're already doing a better job than your biological dad, like already, and he's not even born yet. So
yeah, so it's like, yeah, I mean, in especially kind of knowing that and the health stuff, I was like, I should probably try to figure this out just for his sake, you know. Or our kid's sake, but. Yeah, and then so I changed my last name and that's a fucking nightmare in itself too. It's like endless amounts of paperwork between like it's crazy. But all of that just because of this, like within like fucking 5 months, it's like donor conceived, donor deceived, pregnant, you have your name changed. Like what the fuck, you know?
Just fucking steamrolled, man.
Yeah,
you did that. You did pandemic lockdown hard mode. Ultra hard mode, hardcore mode.
Crazy, man. Yeah, but it's a weird story. I just think, I'm glad. Whatever. I appreciate you guys talking to me about it because it's something that I think people should fucking talk about. Like,
yeah,
for sure. Yeah,
people like humans are making secretions and fucking dropping eggs and doing all this shit with their bodies, but like,
secretions.
I don't know. Maybe like fucking talk about it. Like, if you decide that you want to go and jerk off in a cup and like make a family, like, I don't know, if someone was doing that for me, I'd be like, yo, can I take you out to dinner so we can talk, like just to get to know you, because I want to know like what is going to happen and what my kid might be like, right? It's just that whole anonymity thing is so fucked up, you know.
It is pretty weird. I mean, I definitely talk about cum a lot, so I kind of resent that you say we don't talk about it. But
excretions, we talk about it on this podcast all the time.
We talk about cum and other bodily functions all the time. But you're right. No, it's like, and also it's just like this is not like an isolated thing at all. I mean, we're seeing that like these fertility doctors from like the 60s on, when it was like became a real thing that you could even do this. So this was like a profession. That these guys, there were just these guys doing this, and they were fathering hundreds of kids, and they were all living in the same area. It's so fucked up, man.
Totally.
And now it's something that, because I used to think like maybe the worst thing that could happen is just like, oh, I'm British. Like one of my friends is like, like
that's pretty bad though.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah, one of the highest percentages of like Neanderthal DNA, and I'm like, oh, that's unfortunate. But like now you know that this is also a possibility. So if it's like you want to know, like I guess you can be prepared for it.
Yeah, it's the truth. I mean, and the other part of it is like, who the fuck, a lot of people's parents aren't really, forthcoming with them. It's like, these people are doing this shit, figuring stuff out, like at work, like, hey, I got my results. Am I Italian? Am I Polish? Like, no, you're fucking donor conceived.
Like,
yeah.
That's crazy. It's totally crazy. I mean, the other part of it too is like in the documentary, like the dude, Klein, or from Our Father, like the whole time they're trying to chase him down to get his DNA. And that was one of the biggest hurdles throughout the whole process. But like my biological father's DNA is on Ancestry, like proudly
so brazen. Yeah, like that's nuts to me.
Yeah. So it's 100%.
And he never disclosed. So okay. We kind of missed a part here that I'm now realizing looking back. Did your mom pick out, or did your parents pick out the donor? Like, did they think that they had a specific donor, or did they just say like, give it someone that looks like him?
Totally. Yeah. So, and again, I have the original medical records, like the signed form that says you'll be guaranteed an anonymous donor. And it's basically, from what my mother has told me, they kind of match you with like, hey, can you get somebody that's similar to my husband, and his family or his traits or whatever. And so, that's what they were promised. But, so yeah, she had no fucking idea. But as soon as I told her, she's like, there's had I known, there's no way I would have done it, just like, no way. So,
yeah, of course. It's like, who would choose that? Who would choose hey, I could do it.
Totally.
Like, who the fuck is going to choose their fertility doctor who's talking to you right now? That's like so fucked up, man.
Yeah.
It's so like inherently viscerally wrong that you got to be like, question these guys like moral fabric in just general. Like, how do they view the world? Like, I don't understand the putting your, if you know you're doing this kind of shit, because Klein, the guy from Our Father, seemed savvy enough at least not to do that.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's true. And I guess I don't even remember if they said this in the documentary, but when I talked to Jacoba, from what I understand, the way he kept track in his records was he put a little star next to the patients that he had donated, used his own sample. So that he had meticulous records in that case. But like, again, all this happened so long ago that typically anyone who does find this out, they don't have any proof because these hospitals didn't keep any records, and they needed a fresh sample right away. And like, you'd get cases where the mother would bail because she'd be too scared, or the donor would bail, he wouldn't show up. But so as soon as they didn't really have cryogenic technology at the time, you know.
Right.
Also, at like the height of the fucking AIDS epidemic, you know what I mean? It's like crazy.
Yeah.
It's just so crazy. But
and that's the thing I was reading about it too, because one of the defenses that a lot of these fertility fraud doctors use is that, like, at the time, well, we didn't have any samples, so I just used my own sample.
Yeah.
Like, that's somehow like an excuse.
Yeah. Very normal thing to think and do.
100%.
I've got my own supply. It's fine. Like, okay.
Oh my God. Yeah, but it's an interesting world. I mean, it changes your fucking perspective. I don't know. You kind of just stop giving a shit really about a lot of things, I think. I don't know how to describe it. But a lot of the shit I used to care about before, I just blatantly don't give a fuck anymore. 'Cause I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, because it changes how you perceive yourself to some degree.
Yeah, I think so. I think the first couple months was kind of just like, you fucking hate everything about yourself, you know, because you're like, well, first of all, I saw a picture of him, so I was just like, luckily I don't look like him, which is great.
He's not a handsome guy.
No, he's just old, you know. I think my I thank my mother for passing on her genes.
Yeah, no, that was something that I pointed out in Our Father. I was just like, oh man, this guy's genetics are so strong.
Yeah, they really did look very much alike. Yeah,
totally. That was like a whole tribe, man.
You looked out, dude, in that arena. So
so it's a good thing, but you still kind of hate every moral fiber of your body for like the first couple of months when you're going through those shit. You're like,
it doesn't change who you are as a person, though. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it makes sense. It totally makes sense. It's and now, you know, I've kind of come to terms with it, but it's it is what it is. But at this point, like, we kind of went through, I think, 5 different lawyers and have kept everything really quiet because we just wanted to see what we could get out of it and trying to nail this motherfucker to the wall. But it's just not. It's really fucked up and sad that it's just, again, another case where it's just not going to happen. So I think the only thing we have left is we can either go public and contact some sort of media source, which I'm not really interested in, or send some sort of certified letter to them, just letting them know that we know, and I'll just fucking shame the shit out of him to all his children on Ancestry.
Yeah. Put yourself right on there, right on his fucking family tree.
Yeah.
Other option, we could beat up an old man.
I do want to go to Montana, so.
Dude, that would be, we could go hunting.
Allegedly.
In Montana. Yeah.
Allegedly. We would never advocate violence out here.
Never.
Someone, you know, something happened to him, you know, we wouldn't be upset.
So unfortunate.
You know, we don't wish it upon him.
We should just drown him in jizz, dude. Awesome. That would be amazing. Just like a huge vat.
We're going to need you to donate sperm to the Succ.
Send your cum to us. Send your cum to us.
Yes.
We needed to drown an old man and come. So
Death by bukkake is.
Oh my God. Yes. Pretty cool. Yeah, well, hopefully I didn't darken up the vibe of the
this was
the
fun.
Perfect.
here.
Perfect.
But I
levity.
figured, there's a lot of talk of like bodily functions and things, and
That's true.
This is a bodily function. This is several bodily functions.
100%. Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for coming on. Did you have anything else you wanted to say?
No, man. I mean, I think that's kind of a lot and fucked up, and that's a good thing to share.
Anyway, we're gonna get him on next week. And we're gonna do Maury Povich style. We're gonna get you both on the next week after that.
What do you think of your son?
You are the father. The guy's just like, I know.
Yeah,
that was the whole point.
Yeah. Look at the dynasty I've created. Oh man. No, it was great though. Thank you for talking with me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, dude, anytime. Thank you for coming on. Appreciate it. If you let us know what happens with the legal stuff, and if you have more to say in a year, we'll have you on again gladly, and you can give us some updates on the fucking Odyssey that you're on.
Awesome. Cool, man. Yeah, appreciate it.
Thank you, John.
Thanks, man. Yeah. All right. Thanks for tuning in for another sucking in, guys. Later.